Yo, what is good everyone? It's your boy OJ here coming at you with another video, and today we've got PlayerEssence cross Nintendo, and we've got a big show for you guys because on this show I'm going to explain to all of you guys why Nintendo has won back third-party support, at least in Japan. I do feel that the Nintendo NX, the upcoming system, although we do not know much about it and there hasn't really been any solid evidence as far as confirmed facts of certain games coming out or anything like that, where there's smoke, there is fire. And I'm telling you, there have been so many developers that just came out of the woodwork without even being pressed or anything that have said that they want to develop on the Nintendo NX or they're considering developing on the NX or anything like that, which never really happened with Wii U, or you always got kind of weird answers with the Wii U and it was always something different. And I'm going to explain to you guys why I feel that big games like Final Fantasy VII, the remake, could be coming to Wii U, or not even could be, is going to be coming to Wii U because of one thing that Nintendo's doing. And it's one big thing that's going to give the power back to third-party developers as far as controlling their content. And for Japanese developers specifically, it's going to be two birds with one stone. Nintendo is going to have this fusion console with a mobile unit and a console unit, and that is going to be the big thing for third-party developers, especially in Japan. You're going to be able to produce one game, make very little modifications for the portable version, and basically knock out two birds with one stone. And in Japan, what rules most? Portables. So let me ask you a question. In Japan, the PS4 is doing okay at this point. It's gaining a little bit of steam, but it's still not really selling anywhere near as good as the PS4 is selling in North America or in Europe, especially in Europe. And Japan has a lot of people that really love certain Japanese RPGs and really buy those games at a really fast rate, as fast as people in North America or Europe would. So when the next Final Fantasy Remake is coming out, it says first to PS4. That's fine. You're going to be spending a ton of money on this project, and there's no way you're only going to want it on one platform. The PS4 just isn't going to sell enough domestically for you to justify that case, and you can't really tell what's going to go on in North America considering all the competition from American developers as far as getting consumers' dollars. So it only makes sense to put this game out on as many platforms as you can after you've sucked up some of Sony's money for making an exclusive deal. And I thoroughly believe that it's going to be on the Nintendo NX, and it's going to be on the portable, of course, the portable unit and the console unit. And look, Cloud Strife just came to Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, right? And while that doesn't automatically say, oh yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be on the Nintendo NX or anything like that, it is a strong indicator that Square Enix and Nintendo are on the same page. It is a strong indicator that a character, Cloud, who hasn't really even been on a Nintendo platform really, other than, or anything that I can think of for the most part. I think he has a cameos and stuff like that, but really Cloud is on Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, and that shows that they want that character to be acclimated with the Nintendo audience. And I'm telling you, that is going to be, like I said on my last video, the pivotal moment in this relationship between Square Enix and Nintendo, and just getting back on track. And really, it's all about money. If the Nintendo NX comes out and does well, which I think third-party developers are banking on because of the two separate SKUs, then you're going to see that support return, and Square Enix is going to be the ones to support that. I mean, look, we already know about Dragon Quest as far as that little slip-up goes, because Square Enix doesn't feel comfortable only releasing Dragon Quest XI, a big budget game, on one platform that isn't doing that great in Japan. That's actually sold underneath the Wii U. So obviously having the Nintendo NX and having it be available on the potential huge platform that it can be is a benefit to Square Enix, it's a benefit to Nintendo, and it's a benefit to third-party developers everywhere. Now, I don't think all third-party developers are just going to jump on board. I don't think all of a sudden you're going to start seeing Fallout, and you're going to start seeing Skyrim, and you're going to start seeing Call of Duty again, start seeing all of that. I think you're going to see some support like you saw with the Wii U, and it's really going to depend on the sales. But I think in Japan, just because of that mobile unit, I think it's pretty much in the bag. I think developers are excited about it. We've heard a ton of great things as far as what developers have said just positive about the system, and that's what I want to hear. That's what we want to see beforehand. Like I said with the Wii U, I've heard people bring up, oh well, the Wii U was like this. No, it wasn't. The Wii U had developers that were even working on the system that were kind of backhand commenting it and things like that before launch, just because they didn't like the CPU speed, the architecture was different. I doubt Nintendo would make the same mistake again. They're going to definitely fix some things. Are there going to be some issues that Nintendo does or something, mistakes? Yes, all companies make mistakes. Even Sony, Microsoft, everyone makes mistakes. But I'm pretty sure they're going to nail down all the most important things that they have to do to make sure this system gets off the ground. And heck, it doesn't have to sell 90 million or 100 million units. A good 40, 50 clean million units would be good, especially coming off of the Wii U, which has barely sold 11 million units at this point. So Nintendo, I think, is really understanding developers' need, and I think that there's compromises being made, but you cannot beat the almighty two birds with one stone, and that's exactly what I think is going on here, and why I feel games like Final Fantasy VII Remake are definitely going to come to the Nintendo NX, as well as other Square Enix games like Dragon Quest and possibly more to the system. Capcom also recently said that they are considering NX support and also PlayStation VR and all that. But I think Capcom with Wii U, look guys, Nintendo just isn't doing this for charity. I really don't think that they're just doing this for charity. Obviously, there is business behind this. There is some underlying business tone. Street Fighter V is an exclusive to PlayStation platforms. Fine, but what about the next Street Fighter? Because you know the next Street Fighter is going to come after that, so that could possibly be a landing spot for Nintendo NX. And of course, Street Fighter on the 3DS sold really well. You also have to look at with Square Enix. That's just not, they're not just going to put Cloud there because Cloud's just, oh, an amazing character. Okay, no. All characters that come to Smash Bros. As far as third party, first party, whatever, they all are going to have some connection back to Nintendo at some point. They're either if it's the past or if it's going to be the future. And I really do think that Cloud is going to play more of a part in the future for Nintendo, and I really think that's the reason why they chose this. Square Enix and Nintendo have some big plans, trust me. That's just my heart, that's what I think, but there's also a lot of little evidence to support those things. You just don't put Cloud in Smash Bros. Just for the fun of it. It's definitely leading to something, and I really think that that's going to be Final Fantasy VII Remake on the Nintendo NX, but we do have to wait and see. We have to wait and see as far as what the NX is. All this stuff, like I said, is just speculative, but at the same time, guys, I think this is a really good point to bring up. Basically, for me, this is how I would want Nintendo to do this as far as releasing the system. And I've talked about this before, but I've got a lot of new subs, so I will mention it again. Obviously, Nintendo in the past have done the whole reveal the system at E3, wait one whole year, again, here's the system again, and then in the fall the system launches. You know, that is an outdated format of doing things. You're going to let Microsoft and Sony copy your ideas. If you do that, it gives them plenty of times, just like they did with the Wii U. This is what they should do. They should announce the system in early 2016 as far as the official reveal, possibly have a game playable or two, describe kind of what you can do, just a little basics, not a ton of stuff, like a Nintendo Direct, a big Nintendo Direct. Blow it out, give yourself the day, no competing consoles, no competing anything. At E3, there's too much noise, there's too much other stuff going on with other games and things like that. Get yourself a own Nintendo Direct for the Nintendo NX. Obviously, then at E3, have all the games playable or what you're going to bring, and then launch that system in the fall. I think that's the best way to do it, to build hype and to just build the momentum straight from Wii U, which has some good games. It's going to have Zelda, going to have Twilight Princess Remake, going to have Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem. Build the momentum straight from there, right into the Nintendo NX. I don't feel that waiting 1 year after you reveal the system is going to help it at all. Plus, what's the Wii U going to do in that one extra year? There's not going to be a ton of big budget games coming out in its last year or so. So obviously, having that smooth transition like I talked about and like the Red Knight talked about is going to be key. And waiting one whole year and then having to supply Wii U with games is not going to work. So I do think that's the best way for them to do it. So those are my thoughts. Obviously, getting the system out, not letting Microsoft and Sony get too many more units on you. I still think if the Nintendo NX launches and if it's a powerful system and it's supplies, all the stuff gamers are looking for, and Nintendo can get that third-party support, they can easily sell a good clean 7, 8, maybe more million units in 1 year and be right back on track. So those are my thoughts. What do you guys think? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more PlayerEssence Cross Nintendos every single week. And also subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, trailers, tips, and tricks. Thank you so much, guys, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.